We shoot a lot of guns each year. In fact, I think last year we reviewed more than 90. And every once in a while we forget some of the stuff that we have just sitting in the arms room. So we decided to start bringing out some of the older ones. And we wanted to start with this guy. Now, if you know anything about Springfield 1911s, you might see there's some confusion there. It says model 1911A1, and then in the corner it says TRP. That's because I bought this as a standard GI model 1911, and then after going through ITTS with Scott Reitz, 1,200 rounds in 4 days, sent it to Springfield to have some custom work done on it, which at the time was similar to their TRP package, so then they marked it with TRP. Now this is clear. This is back in 2004. So you can see, obviously, like these sights, for example, have gone out of fashion. Now we want the ledge on the front side so that we can rack off of something in case of emergency. Bits are like this, very, very fine cuts here. This actually digs into the hand quite a bit, and were I to do it again, I wouldn't go quite that far in. The rosewood I find beautiful. You can see they've opened up the ejection port, cut it almost to the edge of the name there. Anyways, this has been one of my favorite guns. It used to be an absolute tack driver. It's loosened up over time. In fact, you see that? That's because this has over 6,000 rounds through it. So it mostly just sits on the wall. I won't ever sell it. It was my first handgun, and it's what I learned how to do a lot of things with. But enough talking about the gun. Let's get it out and shoot it.
Alright, so as you can see, this is clear. Drop that mag out. This was Graham's first handgun, so a Springfield model 1911A1, or formerly known as. It is your classic 1911. I love the wood grips. It's an easy shooter. It doesn't have that screaming target up front, but you know what? It's good old school classic and easy to shoot.
Alright, so we're out with an oldie but a goodie. The mags are rusty from years of shooting in the rain. This began life as a 1911A1 as a base model, 1911 from Springfield Armory. I then found out I was headed to Afghanistan, and at the time the Status of Forces agreement was still a little soft, so they mentioned that we might be able to take our own guns. I took this gun in standard GI format down to International Tactical Training Seminars with Scott Reitz. Awesome course, 1,200 rounds in 4 days. Beat up my hand on the GI style 1911. So then this went back to Springfield for 3 months of custom work to create what you see here. It was dead nuts accurate for a long time. It's now got over 6,000 rounds through it. Kind of worn out, there's some slide to frame play, and that's part of why we don't shoot it that often. But every once in a while, it's fun to bring out a classic like this. As you can see, it's still more accurate than we are. The sights on it are an older style Novak night sight, back when this styling was in, basically. They're very tight, which makes for great target shooting, not the best for defense shooting, and the tritium in them is long since expired. Still a fun old gun. Thanks again for watching GB Guns. I'm assuming if you watched this far, you appreciate our format, or you're trying to figure out how to make that very argumentative comment. Either way, click the big griffin to subscribe. The Patreon link, since Google doesn't want to pay gun channels anymore, it helps with our ammo costs. Over here, for a video related to what you just watched, at least Google thinks so, or down here for the playlist relevant to the video you just saw.